So just get some juice going and preparing us for the game.
Did you get tired of it at all, or were you using it the whole time?
The only time it bugged me was when they were doing it in the center's ear and you couldn't hear me do the cadence. So I got a little mad at that, but otherwise it was fun.
After more time to reflect on the first game, what did you think about that, and how do you build from that into this one?
Yeah, saw some good stuff. Some players making some plays. Relique, JT and the guys, being really explosive. So that was good to see. And then just going back and cleaning up a bunch of stuff. We got to play harder, more physical. That starts with me in practice. So kind of went about it like that today, and I was happy about it.
Sam, statistically, you had a pretty darn good game, but Coach said you're your hardest critic. Did you feel like you could have played better Saturday?
Yeah, I didn't feel like I played the best. A lot of things I could have done better. Threw a really stupid pick. That's not part of my game. Game was kind of over at that point, and I just threw it up, and it was just, I don't do stuff like that. Good stuff to learn from. I won't do that again.
You talked about the cowbell and getting ready for the Dogs on the road. Having said that, how valuable is it just to get off to a good start? I mean, you want to do that every game, especially on the road in hostile territory like this.
Yeah, always good to do that on the road. Kind of quiet the crowd a little bit. Get the team on their heels. So once they're running and going fast, then they're kind of playing well and playing to their speed and things like that. So kind of just taking the game in our hands and dominating it like that early on.
You talked about this kind of being a good situation where you got some mistakes you got to clean up, right? Some things you got to work on, but after a win, you get to do that instead of you say, man, this is why we lost.
Yeah, it was nice to do that after a win. It just makes the vibes higher in the building. If you're hurt, it doesn't hurt as bad after a win, stuff like that. So it was so good.
How do you think it was for you guys in this project?
I feel like it was good. We understand what we did that was good and what we did that was bad, and kind of took that upon ourselves as a team. And overall in the team meeting, as a unit, offensively and defensively, we kind of understand how we got to approach the week to come out different this next week in terms of physicality and just the emotional stability of playing the game.
Is that just a sign of how high the bar has been raised, where people are really satisfied with a 19-point win, put them a sellout crowd?
Yeah, for sure. Ours definitely been raised. It's a lot different than last year. And it was tough actually going from last game was at the Peach Bowl to playing in that game, so it's hard to get the juices going to that level. But this week's gonna be a good refresher.
How similar do you anticipate Mississippi State being to the defense that you saw last year?
Yeah, really similar. A lot of the same stuff. Kind of saw what they did against Southern Miss. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm not going to go into detail too much. But
you talked about the center's cadence and how that was kind of difficult. Overall, was it tough to communicate with all that cowboy noise today?
Not too bad. They were just doing it like right next to his ears, so I was like, that's not realistic.
Sam, yesterday Kenny was talking about how although you guys want to get other wide receivers involved, if Jordan Tyson is in one-on-one coverage, you guys have to take advantage of it. You kind of feel the same way where if he's in that type of situation, you just have to feed him.
Yeah, if cover zeros and one cover, then you got to get him the ball any way you can. So that's probably my main game plan right now.
Do you think that's a mistake other teams are not going to make?
Say that again?
Is that going to be a mistake that other teams are not going to make?
To leave them one-on-one? I guess we're going to see. Come game time.
Has there been a little bit of extra excitement just kind of going on the road to face an SEC opponent, a chance for the program's first ever road SEC win, stuff like that?
Yeah, I didn't know. I guess last year was the first SEC win at home. I don't know if it's necessarily viewed like that. I kind of like to view every single week the same. I actually really like playing at away games. It gives me a little bit more juice. So I'm excited. I don't think the team viewing it like that. We kind of go about it the same.
Thanks, Sam.
Appreciate it.